I want to show a cast-on method that I've been using to avoid having to use ravel cord between your cast-on bonnet and your waist yarn. It does take a little time, but so does the ravel cord. So I don't really like using ravel cord with these machines. It never seems to work out right. I've dropped my tail down between. You don't have to, but I've been doing that lately and I like that. So just like you normally do, cast on to every other needle and do most of the round, but stop before you get to the end and start taking off these loops that were formed on the empty needles. Just go ahead and just take them off. And this is going to create a really loose, loopy edge that is easy to separate from your cast-on bonnet. It usually just slides right on through, depending on how fuzzy your waist yarn is. So I'm going to slowly knit forward. Now this time on the second round I'm going to let those empty needles go ahead and keep those loops. But on the first round we're going to take those loops off. And you can loosen your tension a little bit when you're doing this, but sometimes I forget to put my tension back, so I don't normally do that. So there's my last needle, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that loop and then go ahead and knit normally as you would for your waist yarn. So I'm going to pretend that I finished a project and I have my waist yarn plus my project. I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the machine and take the weights off. Now let me reposition my camera so I can show you what I do. Now you can do what Jamie Mayfield does and just yank on this, because since it's so loose it's going to pull through. She just pulls on that until it breaks, but sometimes if you're using a fuzzy yarn it can start gathering up on you and getting stuck. So what I usually do is I find which direction that wants to go, and it looks like it's going in this direction. So I'm going to cut a loop from the stitch that's across there. I'm just going to go ahead and cut. So I still have my original tail, but I've also released it on this end. And I turn it over because I want two pieces. I don't want just one. And I'll just I'll cut a loop in between, making sure you're not cutting your cast-on bonnet. And then now you've got two loops you can pull, or you can go back to the beginning and pull. And if you separated it correctly on the other end, this should come out. And I've got one piece here, then I'll take the other tail and pull the other piece out. And so in two easy pulls you've got a clean separation. So I really love this method, and even if you do clip the wrong loops, it's so loose on there it's easy to get it separated from your cast-on bonnet.